Give it up, everybody, for Nathan Lund. Shut up.
I am cuffing my pants now because they've been destroyed. So I cuff them now. Earlier I was cuffing, I cuffed the sleeves of my shirt. Basically what I'm trying to say is I like to take clothes that don't fit me and then force them to fit me. It's like, oh no you don't. You're not getting out of this Ross alive. Get on here. So I cuffed things. I cuffed these and I cuffed these. And I was downtown Denver earlier, and a homeless man said to me, "Looks like you're cuffing a lot of stuff, huh? As long as your hands aren't cuffed." And he gave me that look of terror that he had made himself laugh so hard he was gonna puke. He was terrified. Oh, but he didn't. Oh, and then we both were happy. Thank God I didn't make his life even worse by forcing him to throw up at his own clever wit. I felt really bad about that. It wasn't the same homeless guy that ripped on me last week. Homeless guy getting arrested, literally handcuffed. He sees me and he goes, "Lordy, Lordy, look who's 240. And I was just like, come, you can't shit talk me for being fat when you're being arrested and homeless. That's not, you can't think you're better than me right now just because I'm chubby. What? That's not fair. I'm still winning a little bit more than you. I'm up 4-0 in the game of life, you son of a bitch. Whatever makes you feel better, I guess. I turned 30 last week, which was all right. I got free beers bought for me, and that was nice. That's all I want. A couple of high fives, a couple of hugs, and some free beers. Happy birthday, you know? Last year, had a very similar birthday when I turned 29, and ended up drinking a little bit too much. And so I blacked out towards the end of the night, so I don't remember the end of the night, but your host, Chris Charpentier, told me the next day that we were outside of the bar that we were hanging out at about 1:45 in the morning, and I started giggling. And I said, "Dude, 29, 29, 29. Seriously, though, for my 30th, I would like to be cremated." And I looked into it, and it's expensive. It's almost as expensive as anything else you can do. So I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna stay alive for a little bit longer. Figure out my options. Push-ups are free, so I've just been doing those. I'm just trying to make it to 31. Maybe I'll have enough money to be shot out of a cannon. I don't know, something more regal and exciting. I enjoy living in Denver, but I was called a hippie by some dickhead the other day. A fucking hippie, excuse me. He was very rude. He was driving in his fast car. I don't know if it was a Jaguar or a Jag-Off. It was a very fast car that a jerk was driving, and he yelled at me as he drove by. And he yelled it for a while, so I didn't just hear, "Hey, fucking hippie." He fucking held the E, so it was a fucking hippie. Like the whole way, just into the horizon. In his Jaguar, that's how he pronounces it probably. With shitty friends. He drove by, it sounded as if he had driven off a cliff and just kept talking shit the whole way down. Fucking hippie! Straight down the depths of hell. Oh man, and it hated me. He was being rude. Tried to call me a mean name. Why? He didn't know me. Why did he call me a hippie? A fucking hippie? Because of my long hair and beard? Probably. Maybe. It's because I was barefoot? Maybe. Because all the beads I was rocking? Perhaps. Was it because I was just leaving my job at the patchouli factory? No, because that doesn't exist. It closed down last year. I had to start telling jokes. No, he didn't. He yelled at me because he's jealous. He thinks he's jealous of the hippie, because you can't hate a hippie. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Why you hate a hippie? Because they love and appreciate nature? Yeah, fuck that. That's the worst. Oh, thanks, trees. Thanks, trees, for helping us breathe. Yeah, fucking idiot. No, That's nice. Fucking just loving people and stuff and hanging out in meadows. That is nice. Dude's just jealous because he can't live that kind of free life. You know, he has to wear a tie every day and earn money, too much money, so he can buy his Jaguar gas, his Jaguar friends. And then every once in a while he lets loose every other Friday. He starts to really live life, loosens the tie, goes down to the tilted kilt on the 16th Street Mall, gets a little weird boner underneath his table for his server. Yeah, live it up, Jaguar. No thanks. Go do drugs in the forest with my barefoot friends. Way better. You can't shit talk me. I'm happy. I used to watch wrestling, professional wrestling. I don't know if any of you guys did. I want to talk about it. Anybody? Some people did. People watched it. It was a thing. It was like comic books, but for weirder people. I don't know if they're weirder or less weird. Like, they try to be athletic, but still nerdy. It's like that perfect combination. I think it's hilarious because for the longest time, professional wrestling was very kid-friendly, you know, and it was on TV. But they also wanted to try and convey the idea that two grown men wanted to kill each other, you know? And so they would fight, and they'd bring chairs in the ring, and they'd yell into the camera about the things they were gonna do to these guys, you know? It was very angry and violent, but also they couldn't swear because they were on TV, so they couldn't talk like actual adults talk if they're gonna fight somebody. You know, so it led to things like, you know, the guy be talking to the camera, very upset, just huge. You know, just a giant man with like 8 necks. Just ready to just explode with fury. Bad man Jack, you drove my car off a cliff. You ruined my credit. You stole my wife. You kidnapped my daughter. You threw me through a plate glass window. And when we get into that cage in Tennessee on Sunday, brother, I'm gonna kick your butt. And you can't take that guy seriously. He's talking about kicking another man's butt. And nobody talks like that when they want to really hurt someone. You have to say the F word, you have to talk about kicking an ass or two, shoving your foot up an ass, or a fist. You can't just talk about kicking somebody right in their butt. You know, you're just giggling at them at that point. It's like, you know, I have a feeling you're a pussy. You know why? Because you keep talking about kicking my butt, and I'm not buying it. And then everything changed. This was up until like 1997. All of a sudden, shit got real, and pro wrestling went to the other side of the spectrum. And so all of a sudden, now we've got everybody talking about kicking each other's asses, and the two most popular people are Stone Cold Steve Austin and D-Generation X. Stone Cold flipped everybody off in all of America for 10 years and told everybody, fuck you, with his fingers. Little kids and adults, high school people, fuck you. DX told everybody to suck it, suck their dicks, left and right. Just across America for years. Went from, I'm gonna kick your butt, and then to DX, and they'd come out, there were 2 of them, and one of them come out and say, let's get ready to suck it. Then the other guy would get on the mic and say, and if you're not down with that, I've got 2 words for you. Guess what those words were? Suck it again. That's all your options were. Either you're gonna suck our dicks, or if you don't want to, guess what? Too bad. Suck our dicks. We got another guy out here who's gonna flip you off a bunch and drink a bunch of beer over your dead body after he kicks your ass. It got weird in the professional wrestling world. Be careful out there, you guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'm Nathan Lund. Thank you guys so much. Suck it, unless you don't want to.